My name is Grace Rossi, and thank you so much for being with me again. You're here as someone who's interested in savingglory.com, and so I want to give you an idea of our philosophy, what we're about, and what you can expect as a member of Saving Glory. I want to talk to you about spirituality. The word spirituality has many definitions and can mean something different to everyone. For instance, one person may associate their spirituality with religion, while another might find a spiritual connection in nature on long hikes through the woods. Spirituality is the state of our spirit, our soul, our inner self, and the balance and harmony between our hearts and our minds. It is our search for meaning in life and our search for a connection to something bigger than just ourselves, wherever we may find it. Spirituality is something that so many people search for, strive for, want in their lives, and often feel is lacking, especially these days when the world is anything but peaceful and stable. So we search out ways to become more spiritual. We may look to religion, self-help books or classes, meditation, more time in nature, or other ways that might help us become more spiritual. And we could spend a few days just talking about the definition of spirituality and the strategies one would use to go about finding it. It can become a difficult and frustrating task as we go from one thing to another, trying to find a source of spirituality that feels right to us. What puts one person in touch with their spirituality may have no effect on another. We are all unique with likes and dislikes, and our spirits are certainly the most unique and most discerning part of us all. But what if we're going about this the wrong way? What if we're looking for something that isn't really lost? What if we just need to look at things from a different angle, a different perspective? Pierre Teilhard de Chardin was a French philosopher, Jesuit priest, paleontologist, and geologist. I'd like to share with you a quote from Father Teilhard, which explains our views on spirituality here at Saving Glory. We are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Close your eyes, listen to that again, and think about it for a moment. We are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Instead of looking for the peace and happiness that spirituality brings to counteract the difficulties of life as a human being, that peace and happiness is already inherently within us. What has happened is that we have allowed our human experiences to drag us down a bit, much like a bad day. But a bad day doesn't change who we inherently are, does it? And having human experiences doesn't change the spiritual beings we essentially are. Your spirituality isn't non-existent or even lacking. It's just hidden, obscured by human stresses and trials. Some people can find a good balance between their spiritual selves and the human experience, while others struggle not to lose sight of themselves spiritually. Finding that balance isn't as hard as you think, even if you think you've had difficulty finding sources of spirituality before. Now you know the key. You are the source. You just need to find ways of expressing, reinforcing, and enhancing the spirituality that is you. Taking care of yourself spiritually is the most important thing you can do. As a spiritual being, all else in your life, including your human experience, depends on your spiritual well-being. Take time to care for all aspects of yourself, not only spiritually, but also physically, mentally, and emotionally. Find ways to express your spirituality. What makes you feel happy, free, at one and at peace with yourself? It could be something that is traditionally thought of as a spiritual activity, such as meditation or a religious event, but it really can be anything that transcends your daily routine and makes you feel joyous and alive. I am definitely at my most spiritual when I'm outside, surrounded by nature, free of anything artificial or mechanical. Gabriel finds his spirituality is strongest when he's on his motorcycle, riding through the canyons on a warm, sunny day. There are endless possibilities. Charity work or volunteering, social action, listening to a new kind of music, visiting an art museum, a yoga class, a new hobby you've always wanted to try. These are just some suggestions. Take the time to figure out for yourself what makes you feel most spiritual, what frees your spiritual being and makes you happy and peaceful in mind and spirit. Perception is everything. Start thinking of yourself not as a human being, but as a spiritual being, and see how your attitudes and mindsets change. Suddenly, you don't seem to worry as much. There isn't as much stress in your life. You see potential instead of limitations. You're able to let go of things that you know don't matter to your health and happiness. You have a new appreciation for the people, places, and things around you. Your body, mind, and spirit are happier, more open, showing the shining glory that is you. And now a few words about you. The glory that makes you you is your individuality. The universe doesn't love and value you because you fit into society's definition of what you should be. The universe loves you because you are glorious you. And if the universe, in its own glory and infinite wisdom, thinks that you are worthy of loving just the way you are, and you absolutely are, then give yourself a break. For just a moment, empty your mind of all the notions of what you think you're supposed to be. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. With each exhale, clear your mind of any thoughts about yourself which bring you stress, such as, I need to lose weight, or I should be more organized. Let these thoughts fall away, and when your mind is clear, let one thought through. I am loved. Let the love of the universe wash over you for a moment, and then open your eyes. This is a simple but powerful exercise you can do anytime you need a little reminder of just how special you are. Because you are. You are not just one of billions of people. You are not just a statistic of some sort. You are not just a face in a crowd of many. You are you. There has never been another you in the history of the world, and there never will be. You are a glorious and beautiful individual, full of light and love, just as the universe made you. And this is, of course, why you are loved so very much. But if we all knew and remembered this all the time as we should, if we all knew and remembered how special we are, how loved we are, and we appreciated and valued ourselves and our world as we should, it's safe to say the world we live in would be a much different place. But life as we know it can seem very overwhelming, both on a personal level and looking at the world as a whole. But we haven't been just dropped here with no tools with which to help ourselves and our world. And as much as it may seem like the world is fast becoming inhospitable, uninhabitable, and downright unfriendly, this is actually not the case. It's just a matter of knowing where to look and what to do. We can save the glory that is found in each one of us and in our world. And not only save it, but grow it, make it stronger, and make this world and the beings in it happiness and light and love, as we have always been intended to be. You can expect much more at Saving Glory on how you can learn to live as a spiritual being. Articles, videos, discussions, and live events designed to give you knowledge and get you thinking. You know there is more to you and to the world than what you know right now. And at Saving Glory, as in life and in the universe, there are no right or wrong answers. Just a wondrous and wonderful ongoing exploration of ourselves and the world around us. This is what you'll find as a member of SavingGlory.com. We'll keep in touch with some updates and some special pre-launch membership offers. Thank you again for joining me today, and I look so forward to seeing you soon at SavingGlory.com.